Salute and welcome to World Sidewalk Stories. I'm Pierre, and today Alice and I are taking you on another stroll through the soul of a city.
Oh, look at this bridge, Pierre. Pont Solferino, right?
Yep, one of Compiègne's classics. Those stone obelisks, very distinctive. It's almost ceremonial, like the bridge is rolling out a red carpet over the Oise.
It feels like more than just a way across the river. It's a connection, not just physically, but emotionally, you know?
Absolutely. Bridges like this are storytellers. And fun fact, it was named after the Battle of Solferino. History literally under our feet.
Makes you wonder, what kind of bridges do our listeners cross every day?
Now we're strolling along the Quai de l'Oise. Look at that. Trees lining the road, river just beside us. It's got that peaceful, lived-in vibe. Let's hope they don't put you in charge of zoning permits.
And tree-lined streets, instant charm points. Honestly, if I were a city planner, I'd just plant rows of trees and call it a day.
That's some poetic parking, Alice. But you're right. Cities that mix green with grit, always more beautiful.
I know. I love when cities let nature breathe alongside the buildings. Even the parked cars feel like they're relaxing by the water. All right, we're at a classic French intersection here. Look at that mansard roof. So elegant.
That roof line's like a beret for a building. Très chic. And the street signs, the lighting, everything feels balanced.
You can tell they've thought about pedestrians too. Crosswalks, wide sidewalks. It feels considerate. Did you see that? The bus going by. And in the window, you can see all those posters reflected.
Yeah, tourism ads, museum exhibits, and a Bienvenue à Compiègne right next to a pop art-looking ad for local theater.
I love when a city advertises itself like that. Not just events, but its own identity.
It's civic branding, really. But when done well, it's less about marketing and more about pride.
And it makes walking around feel layered. You're seeing architecture, but also glimpses of what's happening inside the city's head.
Posters are kind of the city's thoughts, stuck up on the wall for everyone to see. That's the charm of urban France. Even the traffic lights feel polite. Compared to the chaos of some cities I've been in, this is zen, perfectly named. Look at these storefronts. Pharmacie Fontaine with its classic green cross sign, and next door, what looks like a stationery shop.
And there goes a car carrier. The contrast between big clunky utility and delicate shop windows is kind of beautiful.
Here we go, walking down Rue de Solferino. You can see everything ahead, buildings, people, little moments unfolding.
I love this kind of perspective. It's like watching the city breathe step by step.
And the soundscape, the murmur of conversation, distant clinking of cups, occasional footsteps.
It's like an urban lullaby. There's something comforting about walking in rhythm with a city.
You're just smelling croissants in your imagination.
Maybe, but this kind of street has soul. The businesses are close together, everything's walkable. It invites you in.
And the scale matters. No towering glass monoliths, just buildings that talk to the street, not shout at it.
That's such a good way to put it. I think neighborhoods like this are what people remember after a trip. Not the monuments, but the mornings spent wandering past local shops.
Or buying something totally unnecessary from a tiny store because the owner was charming and persuasive.
Guilty. I once bought a soap shaped like a snail, still don't know why.
That's how community economies thrive, one adorable snail soap at a time. I love peeking into shop windows, not even to buy, just to see what kind of neighborhood it is.
Exactly. The window displays tell you a story. Sometimes it's we're fancy, other times it's we're quirky, come inside.
And local shops, they anchor a town's identity. Corporate stores can't replicate that.
Totally agree. You can't get a handwritten back in 5 minutes sign in a multinational chain.
Or a shop dog. Corporate stores never have a sleepy bulldog guarding the cash register.
A shop dog should be a UNESCO Cultural Heritage designation.
I'd vote for that. Right after warm baguette smell on a corner.
Oh wow, look at that. The Hôtel de Ville. It's like a storybook castle dropped into the middle of town.
Gothic drama at its finest. Those spires, the intricate stonework. It's showing off, and honestly, I'm here for it.
And there's a carousel. That just melted my heart.
Every good French square needs a carousel. It's practically in the Constitution.
There's something timeless about this square. It feels like the past and present are holding hands.
That's kind of the point of a place like this. City halls aren't just administrative, they're symbolic. It's where democracy lives, preferably in really beautiful buildings.
And look, looks like they're setting up for an event. I love that this square isn't just pretty, it's used.
The best public spaces are. They transform depending on the day. Farmers markets, concerts, protests, weddings.
It's like a stage for civic life. What's your favorite town square, Pierre?
Oof, that's tough. I have a soft spot for Plaza Mayor in Madrid. Great ham, better people watching.
I'm partial to Piazza Santo Spirito in Florence. Live jazz, old trees, and someone's always dancing. Okay, this stretch feels totally different. The side wall of the Hôtel de Ville just keeps going.
Long enough to get lost in your thoughts. But check out how it's integrated. Shops right up next to it.
That's so interesting. In some cities, government buildings feel untouchable. But here, it's like they're just part of the neighborhood.
It's that French urban blend. Formality in daily life, sharing a sidewalk.
And look, over there's a little bakery. Imagine buying your morning croissant next to centuries of history.
That's probably what makes people feel ownership of their city. When history doesn't loom over you, it walks alongside.
Also, am I the only one who sometimes thinks I've gone the wrong way when a street gets too quiet?
Nope. Universal urban feeling. The did I just walk into someone's private courtyard last moment?
Exactly. But then you see someone coming out of a tiny boutique and go, okay, I'm safe.
Or you follow the scent of espresso, and suddenly you're in a crowd again.
It's all part of the rhythm. Quiet, then buzz. Sunlight on stone. A delivery guy humming to himself.
That should be the name of our podcast, Delivery Guy Humming to Himself.
Honestly, I'd subscribe.
Look at that stonework up close. The detail is almost overwhelming.
I feel like I could stare at one gargoyle and keep noticing new things for hours.
That's the beauty of Gothic. It's rich in symbolism. Everything means something. Gargoyles, rain spouts, sure, but also protectors.
That's so cool. And those long vertical lines, it makes the whole building feel like it's reaching for the sky.
Exactly. That's the aspiration part of Gothic architecture. It wasn't just about shelter, it was about spirit.
You know what's funny? Even though it's ornate, it doesn't feel heavy, just majestic.
That's good architecture for you. It doesn't shout, it sings. All right, back to modernity. Cars, traffic, a little honking symphony.
Rue Vivianelle feels more utilitarian, doesn't it?
It does. But even here, there's something charming. The way cars move with that sort of French rhythm, assertive, but not aggressive.
I always wonder how cities balance it. Cars versus people. Who gets priority?
Depends on the city. Paris, pedestrians get a fighting chance. LA, better bring a car and a backup car.
I like when cities make it a question. Do you need to drive here? Walkable centers, public transport.
And just enough parking to avoid a meltdown.
Okay, this intersection feels more affluent, don't you think?
Yeah, look at the stonework on that building. The clean crosswalks, even the signage. All a bit more polished.
It's interesting what gives away a neighborhood's wealth. Not always obvious. Sometimes it's in the upkeep.
Or the rhythm of traffic. Slower cars, well-dressed people walking with coffee cups. It's almost cinematic.
Also, safe crosswalks. That's such a marker of thought-out urban planning.
Totally, nothing ruins a charming stroll like sprinting across 4 lanes of traffic.
Or dodging scooters. But here, the vibe is careful, like someone's thought it through.
A little urban choreography, and we're all just dancing in it.
Now this is a street for wandering. I mean, just the name, La Flânerie. It literally means to stroll. Oh, wow. Pierre, look at that. The chateau is breathtaking. It's like something out of a storybook.
Right? It has that quiet authority. Not flashy, just composed, like it knows its place in history and doesn't need to shout.
The symmetry, the towers, those classic slate roofs, it's so dignified. And those gardens we walked through, straight out of a painting.
That's French formalism for you. Order, control, geometry. The whole thing was meant to reflect power and elegance, and also to impress anyone arriving by carriage.
Mission accomplished. You think about how many generations passed through these gates. Kings, emperors, presidents, and now us, just casually strolling with mics.
Talk about humble podcasting beginnings. Straight into aristocratic air.
I always wonder what it would have felt like to live here. Not just visit, but actually wake up, see this courtyard, walk these halls daily.
Probably a mix of grandeur and cold stone floors, though Napoleon turned it into more of a residence. Less medieval chill, more imperial flair.
Speaking of Napoleon, didn't he stay here often?
Yep, he made Compiègne a bit of a retreat. He and Empress Mary Louise stayed here often. He liked the quiet, apparently. Must have made for a nice break between campaigns and governing Europe.
So wild to think we're walking the same paths he did, minus the military entourage.
True, I left my saber at home today. That's what makes Compiègne so special. The past and the present are always shaking hands.
Thank goodness. Though I do think this place inspires a certain regal posture. I feel myself standing straighter.
It does that. There's a kind of unspoken etiquette in spaces like this. Like the walls remember protocol.